Tenfold the Pain in the Narcissist. Hey there, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever been taken in by someone you used to trust a lot playing tricks on you? When you find out that your kindness and compassion have been used against you, it can be a hard wake-up call. This person uses smart strategies to trap you in a web of guilt, neediness, and a never-ending need for approval, leaving you emotionally drained and open. It's clear that you might be dealing with a narcissist if they act like they're better than you, while actually having no understanding at all. It can feel like you're always struggling in a relationship with a narcissist, but there is a bright side. We're talking about how strong super-empaths are in today's show. These amazing people have a special skill for navigating the dangerous seas of narcissistic relationships. They can give you hope and help you take back your power. Today, we're going to talk about how super-empaths can fight back against narcissistic abuse and find power. Let's get started. As an empath, how to accept boundaries. Empaths protect their own independence and use their inner sense to find their way in the world. In relationships, their unwavering love and loyalty build strong bonds that go beyond passion and include providing strong emotional support for family and friends. Because they are caring, it doesn't hurt their connections. Instead, empaths hold their loved ones close and invite them to join them on a trip of empathy that changes their lives in deep ways. As an empath, the trip is about being free, not being dependent. They want to be with someone who values and understands who they are as a person, flaws and all. Empaths want deep relationships that go beyond the surface, creating a flow of shared experiences and empathetic energy. When empaths let their passions run wild. Empaths are passionate about all kinds of emotions, whether it's love, making progress in their job, or growing as a person. Their view on love is full of life and deep emotions, with many different sides and aspects. This love goes beyond liking other people. It includes a deep commitment to loving yourself. When they're with someone, empaths love with a strength and steadiness similar to an eternal light. They put everything they have into their relationships and treat love like a holy promise. But even though empaths are very good at deep love and understanding, they need to keep their passionate spirit safe. Their strong love is both a blessing and a task, so I have to be careful to find a balance between loving them and taking care of myself. Empaths want partners who are just as intense as they are. They want a love that burns as strongly as their own inner flame. The never-giving spirit of empaths. Empaths move through life with an unstoppable spirit, driven by a deep desire for freedom that goes beyond the everyday. They travel through landscapes of dreams and passion, turning their lives into mesmerizing stories through sheer determination, tears, and a never-ending chase of their goals. Seasoned empaths know themselves very well and fiercely refuse negative influences that could dull their bright spirit. They build strong walls around themselves to keep out negativity, making a safe place for their health. Still, this need to protect themselves can sometimes leave them alone. Empaths value independence above all else. They stick to their views and avoid relationships that drain their energy. As an empath, you have to constantly think about yourself and balance the need to protect yourself with the desire to help others with empathy. Empaths may spend time alone on their trip, but they never give up their independence for relationships that don't make them happy. You can see hope in their eyes as they look ahead. They want a special person who understands how complicated they are and feels deeply connected with their soul. The never-ending search for knowledge. Exploring the emotional world of empaths is like going on an exciting journey into the complicated parts of being human. Because they are so involved in their feelings, empaths find meaning in every little thing and every moment. They are always wanting to learn more about the world and their place in it because they are so curious. This never-ending desire to learn, on the other hand, can be too much for some people who may think their constant questions are annoying. Only people who really understand how deep an empath's curiosity goes can fully grasp how important it is and how much it adds to their understanding of the world. The difficult balance of being really open. Being honest is a big part of an empath's personality because they value authenticity. They have an amazing ability to tell the difference between fake and real feelings, and their inner compass always seeks the truth. But it can be hard to walk the fine line between being completely honest and protecting yourself. It's hard to find a good mix between being open and protecting your emotions. Empaths want to be honest and show who they really are, but not everyone can handle the strong feelings that come with being so open. Building trust, connecting, and staying true to yourself are all important parts of this careful dance. Even though there are risks, empaths bravely choose to be open and vulnerable. This level of honesty is very satisfying for people who value deep and genuine relationships. But not everyone can handle that much intensity, which could make relationships unclear. The strange world of empaths. Empaths live in a world full of contradictions, where love and pain are woven together to make a complicated fabric of life. Life is like a maze, and empaths have to be able to find their way through the complicated feelings of others with unshakable resolve. Embracing an inherent belief in the ability for healing and change, even in the face of what seem like insurmountable problems. Meeting people who don't want to change, on the other hand, is very hard and tests an empath's dedication to promoting growth and well-being. Empaths have a very special gift. They can see through people's masks and get to the heart of who they really are. They accept the whole person they meet, including their good qualities and bad ones, their light and dark sides. But because they have this ability, they are at a crossroads. They need to carefully balance their need to protect themselves with their desire to help people who don't want to change. The inner compass of an empath. Empaths have an intuition that goes beyond reasoning, like a sixth sense that lets them know things that aren't obvious. They hold a magical key to hidden secrets in the dark corners of life. Life is full of problems that can be too much to handle, but having an empath by your side is like having a comforting presence to help you through it. They can easily pick up on even the smallest signs of stress that are hidden deep inside you. This awareness is not bothersome. It comes naturally because they are empathic. By using their natural instincts, empaths help their loved ones feel better and stay strong. They know how to navigate the complicated terrain of feelings with deep compassion and understanding. Empaths are always there for you, even when you're not sure how you feel. They will back and guide you through it all. The many-faced world of empaths. Empaths live their lives with their emotional levels at full blast, taking in all the subtleties and feelings of those around them. Their amazing ability to understand how other people feel is both a gift and a pain, as the level of empathy they feel changes like a rough roller coaster. It's hard for empaths to find their way through love. Their hearts are full of love, and they are always ready to help others and make bonds with them. However, not everyone understands how deeply they feel, which can make empaths feel lost in a sea of confusion. During times of chaos, time becomes a reliable friend for empaths, giving them time to think, learn, and use their instincts. Empaths may have deep insights, but they may still question their way. They deal with life's mysteries with hope and kindness. Self-awareness and making real connections are very important for empaths. They want people who will understand and support them as they go through life's ups and downs. Let's keep talking by leaving our thoughts in the section below. This is how we can respect the power of connection and empathy together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you thought the conversation was helpful. You can get a free book and one-on-one session through the link in the description if you want to learn more about empathic understanding. Happy days until we talk again. May they be full of happiness and energy. Here's the real reason why narcissists choose their family over you. Who says narcissists aren't loyal? They certainly are, just not to you. They are deeply devoted to the family that raised them. This doesn't apply to all narcissists, as some do despise their families, but today we're focusing on those who always put their family above you and your children. Why do they seem unaffected even when they claim to want nothing to do with their family home? Let's dive into this topic and find out. First off, the narcissist's family members are the ultimate enablers of their ego. They bolster the narcissist's sense of superiority without question. It's not out of love, but rather a desire to remain in their good graces. This symbiotic relationship means narcissists turn to their family whenever they face problems or conflicts. And what happens when they do? The family members unconditionally validate the narcissist's victimhood. They never challenge them to self-reflect or change. Instead, they sympathize and paint the partner as the villain, reinforcing the narcissist's delusion of being the ultimate martyr. Following this, the family says, "You made a mistake, but we are here for you." They rush to the narcissist's defense, rationalizing their abusive behavior and shifting the blame onto you. They argue that the narcissist's actions are a result of your shortcomings, pressuring you to change to better accommodate the narcissist. They might say things like, "They're under a lot of stress at work. You need to be more understanding," or "You're making things harder for them." They deflect all responsibility from the narcissist, insisting that you are the root of the family's troubles. The family will insist, "Our child is struggling because of you, and you're breaking up our family." This relentless defense of the narcissist positions you as the antagonist, regardless of how blatant the narcissist's mistakes are. They fight for the narcissist by shifting all blame onto you, protecting the narcissist's fragile ego at all costs. Why does this happen? Because they function as extensions of each other. They don't have separate personalities or a sense of self. It's all a unified front. Narcissistic abuse is a team sport, and they stick with their egotistical family members. A narcissist can be a parent, partner, or child. When discussing narcissistic abuse, people often focus on the individual narcissist. But it's crucial to understand that they're not acting alone. Their flying monkeys, the enablers, are always present, ready to do anything to support the narcissist. This group will lie, deceive, and even destroy to protect the narcissist, making it feel like a cult. Their mission is clear: protect the master, who is merely an extension of their collective ego. That's why I liken it to a team sport. Every member of a narcissistic family shares a common mindset. Whether it's the primary narcissist, the matriarch, the patriarch, or their extensions, they all think alike. These extensions are carbon copies of each other, devoid of individual thoughts. Naturally, narcissists act this way. It's absurd and childish, but that's their reality. No matter how grave the mistake, they will always stand by those who uphold the family's facade and protect each other. You might wonder if they're aware of their actions. Are they really that naive? They're not. They know the narcissistic family member has done something wrong, but they refuse to let that person feel guilty. Admitting guilt would bring shame to the entire hive, and they can't afford that. The shame is collective, and they will do anything to avoid it. Third, they are deeply entangled with each other. What does that mean? It means they aren't their true selves. Imagine a beehive to understand it better. They seem to function as one unit, merely reflections of the main narcissist's false self, often instilled by the patriarch. There's usually one person who doesn't conform. Can you guess who? The scapegoat, the one blamed or seen as the outcast. Everyone else who enables the narcissist eventually loses their individuality, becoming extensions of the narcissist's false self. In this enmeshed state, personal identity vanishes. They don't think or feel for themselves. Their perspectives are dictated by the family. Though enmeshment isn't the perfect term, it's what we use for lack of a better one. These people are constantly vying for dominance and approval from the narcissistic matriarch or patriarch. They deceive, hurt, and control each other while maintaining a facade of unity. It's a toxic dynamic. I've seen it firsthand. Both sides of my family, my dad's and my mom's, have engaged in these behaviors. My dad had brutal fights with his brothers, and my mom lied behind her siblings' backs, yet they all maintained this dysfunctional bond. They cling to this group out of fear of being excluded. The narcissist stays close to their family to avoid complete ostracism. In this black and white world, you're either absorbed into the collective or completely cast out. You, however, are always kept at arm's length. No matter what you do or give, they will always see you as an outsider. To a narcissistic family, being with you means betrayal because you've taken one of their own away. They punish you by never fully accepting you, always shutting the door on you. They prioritize their group over everything, even if it means neglecting their own immediate family and children. Your needs and well-being are secondary, sacrificed for the preservation of their toxic unity. As I've mentioned, abuse isn't exclusive to narcissists alone. It often involves the entire family, the so-called flying monkeys. These are the narcissist's brothers, cousins, and parents. They all conspire to bring you down, while the narcissist watches from the sidelines, playing the hypocrite. They know exactly what's happening, but pretend ignorance, or give you false hope with lines like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll talk to them about it." In reality, nothing changes. Behind your back, they're bad-mouthing you, deepening your isolation from this twisted cult. Fifth, the narcissist doesn't genuinely care about their family. Their allegiance is tied to how being with their family boosts their image. You need to understand it's a unified entity. One person's image reflects on everyone. Each member is tasked with upholding the group's facade. They present themselves as a wonderful, loving, compassionate, and welcoming family. If that's the image, everyone must contribute to maintaining it, no matter how fake it is, or how toxic things are behind closed doors. To be seen as part of this great family, they endure the dysfunction, regardless of the impact on their partner or their own life. In the end, a narcissist's loyalty to their family is driven by self-interest. It might be about money or legacy, something far beyond what you see. It's more than just support, validation, or image. Sometimes it's about the narcissist's delusions, their constructed future, or the pressure to maintain family unity. Whatever it is, it's never about genuine family care or love. Their bonds are self-serving, binding them in a web of shared deceit and manipulation. 6. They truly don't care about anyone. Although I mentioned their loyalty to family earlier, in reality, they are only loyal to themselves. They maintain a facade of familial devotion as long as it benefits them, creating a transactional relationship. When a family member calls them out or mocks them, their true colours emerge. They unleash all the pent-up grievances they've been harbouring, bad-mouthing their parents and siblings to you in the throes of a narcissistic injury. That's exactly what my dad used to do. The familial bonds within such groups are superficial, devoid of genuine connection or meaning. If anyone dares to challenge the main narcissist, They are swiftly ostracized and shamed. They might attempt to plead for acceptance, as my dad did, but if that fails, they are erased from the family's collective memory, no longer acknowledged in family records, books, or trees. They are cut off, and the family unit then withers, just as the narcissist's ego does. Why? Because their identity is tied to this hive-like collective. Without it, they are nothing. Their false self disintegrates. Seventh, narcissists wield loyalty as a weapon to maintain control. Their so-called loyalty to family is a calculated maneuver to keep everyone under their thumb. It isn't born out of genuine love or respect, but from a strategic need to preserve their power. They convince their family of their loyalty to ensure ongoing support and backing, which is crucial for their manipulative schemes. They use this perceived dedication to project an image of strength and unity, manipulating everyone, including you, into submission. Narcissists often create the illusion of a close-knit, supportive family to those outside their immediate circle. This facade acts as a shield, making it difficult for outsiders to recognize the abuse and chaos within. Loyalty to their family becomes a strategic defense, ensuring no one questions or exposes their cruelty. The family, in turn, feels compelled to maintain this image, even if it means overlooking or justifying the narcissist's harmful behavior. Eighth, family loyalty provides a consistent source of narcissistic supply. Narcissists thrive on the attention, praise, and approval they receive from others. By remaining loyal to their family, they secure a steady stream of this supply. Family members, conditioned to support and validate the narcissist, offer the admiration and approval the narcissist craves. This supply sustains their fragile ego and bolsters their inflated sense of self. When faced with challenges or criticism from outsiders, the narcissist retreats to their family, where they are guaranteed unwavering support and validation. This cycle reinforces their dependence on family for emotional sustenance, deepening their loyalty. The family, fearing the consequences of dissent, helps perpetuate the narcissist's delusions. Ninth, their loyalty stems from a fear of isolation. Narcissists are terrified of being alone and rejected, a fear rooted in deep-seated insecurities and unresolved childhood traumas. Loyalty to their family provides a safety net and a sense of connection that mitigates this fear of abandonment. The family's unspoken agreement to support one another shields the narcissist from their anxieties about loneliness. The narcissist's fear of being alone drives them to do anything to maintain strong family ties, even at the cost of their relationships with you and their children. This type of loyalty isn't born out of love or genuine connection, but out of fear. It's a self-preservation tactic. For the narcissist, their family is a safe haven where they know they'll be accepted and supported regardless of how terrible their behavior is. 10th, loyalty is merely a facade to dodge responsibility. They claim to be devoted to their family to avoid facing the consequences of their actions. By projecting the image of a loyal family member, they mask their abusive tendencies and deceive others into seeing them as good, loving individuals. This facade allows them to shirk accountability and maintain their control over their victims. When confronted about their abusive behavior, narcissists often play the loyalty card, portraying themselves as devoted family members who are unfairly targeted. This tactic shifts the focus away from their wrongdoing and onto their supposed family devotion. When people perceive them as loyal and loving, it becomes difficult to criticize or challenge them. Their abusive behavior remains hidden because their calculated display of loyalty shields them from blame. In essence, a narcissist's family loyalty is complex and rooted in a deep-seated desire for control, acceptance, and self-protection. It's not a true reflection of love or commitment. It's a strategic loyalty that serves their needs and protects their fragile egos. Understanding the true nature of this loyalty can help you navigate interactions with a narcissist and protect yourself from their manipulative behaviors. Recognizing that their loyalty is self-serving and conditional can empower you to set boundaries and seek the support you need to break free from their toxic influence.